Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope you're having a fantastic day. I am on my way over to the nasty remodel house and just got a couple of things to take a look at. If you've been following along, you know that I finally got those nasty appliances all nice and clean. Took a lot of scrubbing, it took a lot of chemicals. I was high for like 3 days, but I think we have everything really cleaned off and good to go now. Once we get them put back in the house, we'll do a final cleaning. We're going to try baby oil on the stainless steel. Now, I got this tip from Chelsea's mom, Erica, who is a master refurbisher, whatever. Anyway, as you know, stainless steel is kind of hard to clean. You can get like scratches on it. And so, pro tip, if you use baby oil to scrub it and kind of coat the outside, it'll take care of a lot of that. So I'll do that once I have the appliances back inside. We've made a major decision that is going to impact the finishes that we use in the house, as well as my budget. And that is this: we are going to finish this house as an Airbnb. The original plan was to do it as a rental, but looking at the Airbnb market here, Chelsea has 3 Airbnbs that do extremely well, primarily because they're Chelsea McKinney Airbnbs. So we're going to make this a Chelsea McKinney Airbnb. We're going to, rather than just kind of do things at rental grade finishes, we are going to go in, we're going to do granite in the kitchen, granite in the bathrooms. We're going to tear out all 3 bathrooms. There's a master bathroom, a full bathroom upstairs in the hallway, and then a half bath downstairs. We're going to tear all those out. We're going to upgrade those. It's really not a lot. It's a toilet, a vanity, of course the granite, mirror, light fixtures, that sort of thing. We are going to redo the shower in the master because it has the old tile, and it just looks horrible. It was just badly done in the beginning, so we're going to redo that. We are going to redo, like I said, vanities, toilets, and all of them. So the bathrooms are going to get a major upgrade, which is good. We have decided to stain the floors. We were going to leave them what I call the natural light wood with just a poly on top, but we're going to stain those dark. A few other things that we're going to do, upgrades. The yard is looking incredibly well, or great. Emmett has been working on the yard, so it's looking really good, and things are coming together. We've still got, you know, a lot of little finishes, but the major things, well, let me back. We're replacing all of the light switches, all of the plugs. We're replacing all of the light fixtures. Yeah, what else? We've got to replace the hot water heater. The garage door opener, I think, works, but the roller mechanism, somehow these tenants from hell broke the roller mechanism in the garage. I don't get it. I just don't get it. So anyway, we're going to address that as well. So on my way now to do a few things at the house. I will do some video from there just to kind of give you an update on what we're thinking, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, hang on. We'll be there in just a minute. All right, guys, I want you to see everything that Emmett has done back here in the back. Just every time I come over here, it's better and better. I want to share with you a few ideas that we're having. This is where the old shed was. And now that we are looking at doing an Airbnb, we're talking about doing some different things. One of the ideas was to build a play area here. And what we would do is we would take these blocks and go around the perimeter in the back and around the trees, and then fill this in probably with pea gravel, and maybe put a swing set. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check on liability for that, but if nothing else, we can put a nice patio area here and do something really constructive with that. You can see that Emmett's really done a cleanup, and he's kind of just making stacks of things like rocks and that sort of thing. There's a nice big patio there. This is where the old hot tub was. You can see it's gone, and nice patio area there. It's amazing how much room is in this backyard, but I think we're going to leave this fence for privacy, but we are going to pressure wash it and make it look a lot better. So again, this is where the hot tub was. This leads into the garage, and nice big patio here. Emmett had a hell of a time pulling all these vines out. It's just crazy how overgrown this yard was with vines. This entire planter area here, you can see them growing up there. They were growing up the side of the house, but he's got all those cleaned out really nicely. We're gonna like maybe pull up the rest of them and just do some mulch there. But it's gonna be a really nice backyard. Very happy with the progress here. All right, let's go inside and take a look and see what's being done inside. All right, we are in the garage now. The garage has kind of become our workshop area where we've got just a lot of crap laying around. This will be nice and clean. Big garage. We do have to replace that hot water heater. Washer and dryer goes here. I want to show you these appliances because everybody told me that I was wasting my time on these appliances. And I got to tell you, it did take a little bit of work and a lot of elbow grease, but these have cleaned up very nicely. Ice maker will go back in there. I mentioned earlier in the video, I've got to try to find something to clean the outside of this. They're clean. It's just that stainless steel shows every little flaw and fingerprint, and I think that we are going to try baby oil on the outside. That was the pro tip that Chelsea's mother had for us. This was the dishwasher, and I got to tell you, I don't know how a dishwasher, here, hang on. I don't know how a dishwasher could be so dirty on the inside, because the inside of this dishwasher, it's actually clean now, it's just really dark, but it was filthy, just caked. And I would think that by very nature of being a dishwasher that it would be clean, but it wasn't. This was the monster. This is the stove that was so caked. And again, it's dark in here so you can't really tell, but this is, I mean, just almost perfectly clean. Now there are a few more spots that may need to be scraped, but once we get it installed back in the house, we can do some cleaning in there. So the appliances are looking good. They are just kind of in pieces here. All of these were pieces from the refrigerator, and they were all just filthy. Just filthy. I don't get it. So, all right, let's go inside. I want to talk a little bit more about what we're going to do now that we are going to be an Airbnb rather than rental. Kitchen here, and of course work is progressing, as you can see. But what we were originally going to do with this being just a rental was we were not going to do anything about the countertops. We were going to paint the cabinets, when we still are. We're going to paint those white, but we are now going to bring in granite. We will put in a new sink with fixtures. We'll replace this nasty ass light fixture up there. Still have to clean this microwave. This is this is indicative of how this was. Nasty. I just haven't had time to tackle. This will be an easy one, but it's really funny. I was showing this to Emmett yesterday, and he's like, well, that's kind of what the inside of my microwave looks like. So love this room. Look at the windows in this kitchen, looking out over at the backyard. So anyway, yeah, cabinets are going to be painted. We're going to do granite countertops. As we go through, you can see we've got the LVP here. This is one of the bathrooms that is going to be torn out. Not a lot to do in here. We are going to replace the toilet because Chelsea likes a particular type of toilet. We're going to put in a bigger vanity, a better sink. We're going to put a mirror, some light fixtures. Not going to take a whole lot to get this one into shape. It's got a nice pantry in it. All right. And then the LVP, the luxury plank vinyl, you can see we put down a strip here just to see how it's going to look. It's going to go in this room all the way through the hallway into the kitchen, into the bath area there. All right. And the decision was made to paint the fireplace white, and we are going to replace this mantle, which is just kind of sitting up there. Hey, the window's been replaced. That's great. There was a broken window here before. It's been taken care of. So, but anyway, paint the mantle. We are going, or paint the fireplace, replace the mantle. This is a gas fireplace. We've got to clean it out, get the gas turned back on, make sure everything is good to go there. But I don't know if you can tell or not, but the walls have been painted the agreeable gray. And then this is the LVP that we're going to be putting down here. And we've got to put a layer of what's called Luan plywood to bring this floor up to this level so that we can just continue the LVP all the way through without a problem. We've got to do something about this nasty thing. As I said before, the floors, I really like the natural color, but because we're using the darker LVP there, we are now going to stain these floors a darker color to match the LVP. And then of course, we'll the molding and the custom, or the quarter round and all of that stuff has to be painted. Now these stairs, we kind of went back and forth on because they're not in the best of shape. The treads are not terrible, but it's the risers that were just really nasty, you know, just gross. So we had talked about painting them. Well, Chelsea came up with the idea of you can actually buy riser plates at Lowe's, and that would just replace here, and they come primed white, so we could use those here, and then the treads are still good, so we can actually sand the treads and then stain them the same color, because they're going to get quite a bit of wear. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 risers that we'll need to work with. So that's the plan there. Going up the stairs now. Duh. One thing, the landing here did not have an adequate number of spindles. It had like every other one, so you could see there's quite a gap between the spindles where a child could just fall through. What we did was, this is kind of an interesting fix. There were a number of these smaller spindles in the garage. So what we did was we just took them and put them halfway, all the way down. So now we probably have more spindles than we actually need, but no child is going to be able to go through those spindles. So I think that's very important. It's a safety thing with me. Back up and let you see that. And then of course we're going to paint them so they'll all match. I don't think it's going to be an issue, but we also secured this down. It was really wobbly. Now it's not. All right, so there we go. So the sanding in here is almost done. You know, one of the things that we're talking about is, for some reason, the former tenant took every one of the closet doors off. And these were really tall doors that actually went almost all the way up here. They took them off, and I don't know if they did so because their kids were getting locked in the closets or what. But I think what we're going to do now is maybe build shelves part of the way up, and then have hanging clothes, and then do, Chelsea suggested doing like a nice curtain across there, which she's done in some other Airbnbs that work really well. We also looked at maybe casing it in and using the smaller door, but I think we're probably just going to go with the curtain idea. Now, one of the big expenses, of course, of doing an Airbnb is we have to furnish the house. And so this is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath house. So we're going to have furniture in each room. And of course, you know, the bigger the beds, the better. So what we'll look at is, I think we came up with a king size. There are 2 of the rooms will fit a king and 2 will fit queens. And so that's what Chelsea recommends. That's what's working really well in her other Airbnbs. I kind of thought that you would just do like bunk beds, you know, like a bunkhouse where you could sleep like 30, but I've been told that that's not the case. You can see this closet as well. They took the doors off. We found all the doors out back. They were all rotted and had to be thrown away. What we're going to do in this closet, I think, is take away these bottom 3 shelves and put a hanging rod there so they can hang their clothes and, you know, use the upper levels there. The other thing that you have to think about when you're doing an Airbnb is the entertainment factor, i.e. the televisions that you put in each room. So not only will we have televisions in the living room and the family room in this house, we will have televisions in each of the bedrooms. So I think Chelsea was estimating somewhere 15 to 20,000 in furnishings and electronics and that sort of thing. But when we looked at the numbers, the return on investment from a successful Airbnb as compared to just a rental, it's just crazy. The numbers are just crazy. Chelsea has 3 of these things that are cash flowing like mad right here in the city. So that's what we're going to do. Now the master bedroom, you've seen it before. The floors are going to be stained. We got to put down molding. Again, we will furnish this. There'll be a king size bed there, big screen TV here. There'll be some furniture sitting around. Now this bathroom is going to have to be redone. Number 1, it's just too small. Number 2 is just nasty. So what we're going to do, I don't know if you can see real well, but the medicine cabinet that's there will come down. Chelsea thinks we're going to do some open shelving there. This vanity sink, all this will be torn out. We'll put in brand new. There will be granite countertops, floor redone, new toilet. And I don't know if you can see over here, but this is the old square tile. And you can see how far it comes out from the tub. Mainly there's an air vent there. But this will all be torn out. We will do a new tile surround here. I think the tub is good. It's cast iron, be a pain in the ass to replace. So I think we will just kind of clean it up. Doors will be painted. One thing I found really interesting, you can see right there, that is the air vent for this bathroom. Let's walk around to the hall bath. This is something we discovered yesterday when we were walking through that I never noticed before. There is no air vent in this hall bath. Now, the vent for the master is probably about right here, but you can see whenever they did a remodel on this bathroom, the air vent is gone. Now, I thought the return might be under the kick plate of the vanity down here, but that wasn't the case. So this bathroom right now has no vent, no HVAC at all. So that's one of the things. Of course, we're going to tear all this out. New lights, new mirror, new vanity, new sink, granite countertops, new toilet. And so while we're here, we will go in here and find out what's going on with that air vent and get some air and heat back into this bathroom. This bathroom has been tiled at some point, which is not terrible. I think we'll be able to salvage it. I'm going to close this window. But we will be replacing this shower door and the surround. So yeah, having Chelsea come over yesterday added considerably to my budget. But once she showed me the numbers, I think it's going to be a wise decision. And again, this is just another bedroom. All of the bedrooms in this house are pretty good size. I think this one is like 11.6 by 11.6. The other one is like a 12 by 10. So I think our king size bed is like 86 inches square basically. So I think we'll get king size in the master, king size in this one, and at least queens in the others. All right, and of course all the floors up here will be stained. So a lot of work. It's coming together greatly, but now that we're kind of shifting our game plan, it's just added more work to it. But that's okay because it will be great. And then there's a lot of other little things, like we're replacing every one of the plugs, every one of the outlets, every one of the switches. We're going to replace most of the light fixtures in the house. We've also got to order new returns. Let me find one. This house has the old-timey. It's the old-timey returns like this. I don't know if you've seen any of those before, but you can buy them on eBay. I don't know how much they are, but Chelsea says you can pick them up. So we will replace in that. So a lot of little things. One of the good things about this house that Chelsea believes will make it a great Airbnb is it does have this large living room here, which is really a big space. And then it also has the den or the family room. So if there are a number of people staying here, they're going to have really two areas where they can hang out. There'll be couches, there'll be big screen TVs in both of these rooms. So I think that's going going to bode well. So I'm really excited. I was excited when we were just going to make it a rental, but I'm really excited now that we're looking at doing an Airbnb. Like I said, Chelsea convinced me of that. She just looked at the numbers of her 3 Airbnbs and what they were doing and what the occupancy rate was. And it convinced me to go in this direction. It's probably, again, going to cost me, I don't know, 20 grand or so in renovations and furniture, but I think the return on the investment will be really good. So there you go. That's the walkthrough, the progress being made, and work continues, and I'll keep you posted.